User acceptance testing, or UAT, is an essential phase in the software development lifecycle. It's dedicated to verifying that the software application meets the real-world needs of its intended users and aligns with specified business requirements. Often referred to as end-user testing or business acceptance testing, UAT is conducted after all previous testing phases, such as unit, integration and system testing, have verified that the software meets technical standards and is free from critical bugs. However, UAT goes beyond technical validation and takes a user-centered approach to determine if the application is fully functional, intuitive, and aligned with user needs in a practical, business-specific context. Unlike other forms of testing that focus on code accuracy, UAT evaluates the software from a usability and functionality perspective, replicating real-world scenarios to assess how well the software supports users' day-to-day tasks. UAT enables organizations to address issues related to user satisfaction, workflow efficiency, and system compatibility, ensuring that the software's final release aligns with organizational goals and offers a positive experience to end users. The primary purpose of UAT is to confirm that the software satisfies the specified business requirements and supports end users' tasks effectively and efficiently. UAT serves as the last step in identifying any gaps, defects or usability issues before deployment, providing a critical checkpoint to ensure that all user needs are fully addressed. This phase also allows the organization to assess how well the application aligns with the overarching business goals. By validating requirements through the users themselves, UAT minimizes the risk of deploying a product that may technically function correctly but fails to meet practical business needs. During UAT, testers focus on realistic scenarios that represent the software's intended use. For instance, in an e-commerce platform, UAT would involve simulating the customer journey from browsing items to checking out and receiving an order confirmation. This simulation includes verifying that product descriptions, stock status, prices, and shipping calculations function accurately, as well as ensuring that users can easily navigate the platform to make purchases. This focus on end-to-end testing of common user scenarios provides a deeper understanding of how the application performs in a business context, allowing for adjustments that improve user experience and meet business objectives. The UAT process involves several structured stages to ensure a thorough evaluation of the software's functionality and usability. Here's a breakdown of each step and its significance. Planning and defining acceptance criteria. UAT begins with a clear plan that establishes the testing objectives, scope, timeline, and acceptance criteria. Acceptance criteria are key requirements the software must meet to pass UAT. These criteria, derived from the original project specifications, represent the specific functionalities, workflows, and performance benchmarks needed for the software to be deemed suitable for release. These benchmarks help testers determine if the software fulfills the needs of its users in a real-world environment and meets all necessary business requirements. Test case development. UAT test cases are designed based on real-world scenarios that closely reflect actual business process. For example, in a healthcare management application, test cases might involve verifying patient data entry, scheduling appointments, accessing medical records, and generating invoices. These scenarios are mapped out to ensure comprehensive testing of every major feature and functionality. Test cases also include expected outcomes so testers can clearly determine whether the software behaves correctly under specific conditions. Selecting and training testers. UAT testers are typically actual users of the software, such as employees or customer representatives familiar with the relevant business processes. Selecting testers with a deep understanding of the business needs ensures that UAT results are insightful and relevant. Training is essential to ensure testers understand the UAT process, how to execute test cases, and how to document findings accurately. For instance, they may be trained on reporting bugs and providing feedback on usability, design, and workflow efficiency. Environment setup and data preparation. The UAT environment should closely resemble the production environment, including similar network configurations, security settings, and database connections. Ensuring this alignment is essential to accurately evaluate how the software will perform after deployment. Testing should involve realistic datasets, such as customer records, inventory data, or financial information, so users can see how the system handles real data. Any discrepancies between the UAT and production environments can lead to issues being missed or new ones arising post-deployment, making this setup phase critical for accurate testing. Execution of test cases. In this phase, testers execute each test case closely following the steps outlined to replicate real-world tasks. Each test case is validated against its expected outcome, with testers documenting any deviations, errors, or unexpected behavior. Testers not only verify the functional aspects, but also provide feedback on the user experience, noting areas where workflows could be streamlined or design elements could be improved. For example, they may report if certain steps are cumbersome, if there is ambiguity in instructions, or if performance is slower than expected. Issue reporting, resolution, and retesting. As issues are discovered, they are documented and reported to the development team, including details about how to replicate the issue, the severity level, and its impact on business processes. Developers then address these issues, making necessary adjustments to the software. Once fixes are implemented, a retesting phase occurs to ensure that the resolved issues no longer impact the software and that no new issues have been introduced. This iterative cycle of testing, feedback, resolution, and retesting continues until all critical issues are addressed. Final review and UAT sign-off. The final stage involves a thorough review of the UAT findings with all stakeholders. This review includes assessing the results of each test case, confirming that all acceptance criteria have been met, and discussing any remaining non-critical issues. If the software meets the specified requirements, the users, project manager, and relevant stakeholders provide a formal sign-off. This sign-off signals the software's readiness for deployment and signifies that it is expected to perform effectively in real-world use. Challenges in UAT. UAT often faces several common challenges, each of which can impact the thoroughness and success of the testing process. Availability of testers. Users involved in UAT may have limited time to dedicate to testing, as they often have other job responsibilities. If testers rush through the UAT process, critical issues could go undetected. Proper scheduling and clear communication can help alleviate time constraints and ensure that testers understand the importance of thorough testing. Communication barriers. UAT requires effective communication between testers, project managers, and developers. Miscommunication about issues or acceptance criteria can lead to confusion, delays, and unresolved problems. To mitigate this, organizations should establish clear reporting processes, provide documentation templates, and encourage regular updates to keep all parties informed. Testing environment limitations. If the UAT environment differs significantly from the production environment, it may lead to inaccurate results. For instance, network differences, database size, or user access controls may affect the software's behavior, leading to missed issues or an unreliable user experience in the production environment. User familiarity with testing procedures. Since UAT involves end users who may lack experience in formal testing, they may need training and guidance to execute test cases accurately and report issues clearly. Providing training sessions, clear test case instructions, and support throughout the process helps bridge this gap. To overcome challenges and ensure effective UAT, certain best practices can be followed. Early involvement of users. Involving users. Early in the SDLC helps familiarize them with the software, so they are better prepared to test during UAT. It also allows for valuable feedback earlier in the development process. Comprehensive documentation, detailed documentation of test cases, acceptance criteria, and UAT processes aids in creating clear expectations. Consistent documentation of feedback and findings also ensures that all issues are traceable and efficiently managed. Effective communication and support. Maintaining open channels of communication between testers, developers, and project managers ensures that issues are resolved quickly and efficiently. Providing a support team to assist users with questions or technical issues during UAT further contributes to a smoother process. Realistic testing conditions. Ensuring the UAT environment is as close to the production environment as possible and using realistic data sets will provide more accurate results and reduce the risk of post-deployment issues. User acceptance testing, or UAT, is more than just a formality in the software development lifecycle. It is a crucial stage for validating that a software product meets real-world user requirements, aligns with business goals, and provides a smooth, efficient experience for end users. Through careful planning, realistic test case execution, and strong communication, UAT identifies any remaining issues that could hinder user adoption and satisfaction. A well-executed UAT process ensures the software is reliable, functional, and ready for release, reducing the likelihood of costly post-launch errors and enhancing the overall success of the product in its intended environment.